Hey guys, how's it going? I hope y'all are doing well. And before you start your journey as a houseplant enthusiast, let me share with you some of the points in my experiences to help you make those decisions as a houseplant enthusiast. One thing should be you should know what kind of light requirement is there for that plant. Is it an indoor shaded plant, a semi shaded plant, or a full sun plant? The next should be how often the plant requires water. So, how often you should be watering them. Its water requirements is something you should consider. The next would be what kind of soil mix is required for that plant. Every plant requires a different kind of soil mix and it will thrive well in that kind of soil. So knowing what kind of soil mix is best for that plant is something which will help you. The next is when you should be repotting your plant. Is it necessary to repot? What kind of plant pot size you should be choosing? And again, what kind of soil you should be using for repotting. The next is ideal temperature and humidity. Most of the house plants or most of the plants that we are buying nowadays are those big foliage plants, colorful leaves plants. So those plants require good humidity. And humidity, if something is not there, if you're living in a climate which is dry, you're going to end up killing the plant, or the plant is not going to flourish as good as you want it to. So humidity and temperature is something very important, because you're buying all those ornamental plants and they require a temperature which does not go above 26 or 27 degrees Celsius. So you would want to consider all those things before buying that plant. The next would be when you should be pruning them to get that bushy thick look. Pruning is something which is very important. So how to prune them and when to prune them and what climate or what weather you should be pruning them, that is important. The next is when you should be watering your plant. So very important for most of the ornamental plant is the correct time of watering them. So timing is also very important. When you should be buying that plant. The nurseries are available, are full of all kind of plants all throughout the year. But there are some plants that will require you to buy them in summers, or some plants that will flourish well during the winters or during the monsoons. You will end up killing a bunch of plants if you're buying them in the wrong season. I have done that, and believe me, you don't want to do it. And most importantly is fertilizing your plant. So most of the flowering plants of plants that require a lot of energy will require fertilizers. So when you should be fertilizing them and how often you should be fertilizing them, whether your plant actually requires any fertilizers, because I've killed a bunch of plants which do not require that much of fertilizing, and you give them those fertilizers which are not required and you're going to kill them. So there are many things that you should consider before especially buying ornamental plants. Regular plants like those which we find native to our country are going to thrive well in any kind of conditions. But ornamental plants, plants which are not native to our place, are going to not thrive well if you don't provide them with the ideal conditions that need to help them push. So I hope you found this useful. Check out the other videos so that you can make a good choice on what kind of plant is best suited for you and how to care for them. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you're going to share it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.